Today is Monday, Parashat Toledot, and today we'll share some ideas from the Gemarah that we've been learning in the Daf Yomi. The whole world is learning Daf Yomi from Masechet Baba Metzia, and there is a portion here that I'd like to share with you some of the ideas discussed here in this portion. We've been dealing recently with the idea of ona'ah, which is overcharging or underpaying for an object, and that's called ona'at mamon. But there is another type of situation called also ona'ah, that's ona'at devarim. Ona'at devarim is when you offend someone with words, you embarrass somebody in public, or you tell him words that hurt his feelings. And the Gemarah goes to great length to demonstrate that that is even worse than overcharging someone. If you have someone financially, you can always make it good by paying back what you took from him inappropriately. But makes a point that when you offend somebody with words, it's something that is very hard to fix. It's something that reaches to the emotions, to the soul of the person. And therefore the portion here, the Gemarah really warns us about to be very, very careful how we speak to people, not to offend them, and even goes to details about not even asking for how much something is worth in a store if you have no intention of buying it. Of course, unless you inform the person that you're just looking. But if you raise his hopes up through the words that you say, and then you have no intention to buy, that could be also use of words in a way that is not appropriate. So it brings a few examples, but then at the end of this section it goes into giving us advice in general on different things. Amar Rav Yehuda le'olam yeh adam zahir bitvu'a betoch beto. Rav Yehuda said that a person should always be careful to have adequate grain or food, you could say, in his house. There should be always food, plenty to eat. That should be not the scarcity, and that's one thing that a person should be careful with. She'en meriva metzuya betoch beto shel ha'adam en al iskei tevu'a, because quarrels are most commonly found in the person's home on account of scarcity of food. When there are problems of parnasah, many times this is when problems happen, whether it is in a couple or even children. They get very cranky if there is no food. If they're hungry, you'll find them to be more difficult to manage. There's more quarreling, etc. Shne'emar, like the pasuk says, Hasam gevulech shalom, helev hitim yasbiech. Pasuk says, one who makes, Hashem makes your borders peaceful, so there is peace. Helev hitim yasbiech, he will, with the cream of the wheat, he will satiate you, so that to have plenty is also an idea that is connected to shalom. And then he goes on to give other advice. He says, Ve'amar bichelbo, the Gemarah tells us, Rabbi Chelbo says, Le'olam yeh adam zahir bichvod ishto. A person must always be careful about his wife's honor. She'en beracha metzuya betoch beto shel adam ela bishvil ishto. Because the bracha, the blessing, is found in a person's house only on account of his wife. Shneimar, like the pasuk says, "Ul Avram etiv ba'avura." This is when Paro treated Avraham well. He gave him many gifts on account of Sarah. So the Sarah, his wife, was the reason or the source for the blessings that he received. And therefore, Rabbi Chelbo says, good advice here: respect your wife, treat her well. We should be also more careful not to offend her, because sometimes a person, without even intending to, could offend his wife. So you have to be careful with that aspect and to be respectful. And that's what Rava told to the people of Mechozah. Honor your wives in order that you may become wealthy. So if there was any doubt about how an observant religious Jew should treat his wife and relate to her, the Gemarah says, respectfully honor her, should know that the blessings come because of her, and you should have to be very careful how you relate to her and that type of thing. So these are some of the advice, and the other advice we learned from this Gemarah, if there's one thing they have to make sure in the home is that the food, that the sustenance is well stocked, because otherwise that could be a reason for setting the stage for quarrels. Chas v'shalom, there should always be peace in our homes and always mutual respect amongst us. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.